Glock loyalty isn't a choice anymore, it's a habit. The industry normalized it. Gun stores reinforced it. An entire generation of shooters accepted one platform by default, without asking whether something better had arrived. Something better arrived. 10 handguns, superior ergonomics, advanced trigger geometry, tolerances. The original platform never reached. The market moved. Glock's reputation didn't. 10 next-level platforms taking over 2026. Here's what blind loyalty has been costing you. This video is for educational purposes only and does not promote harm or unsafe use of firearms. Number 10. Arex Delta Gen 2 M. The Arex Delta Gen 2 M is exactly the kind of pistol that proves why people are starting to look beyond Glock in 2026, because it doesn't rely on legacy. It relies on execution. Coming out of Slovenia with a reputation for precision manufacturing, this handgun feels like it was engineered with intention rather than tradition. The moment you pick it up, the ergonomics stand out, clean, natural, and balanced, in a way that makes the gun feel like an extension of your hand, rather than something you have to fight to control. The grip texture is subtle but effective, giving you enough traction to stay locked in without being overly aggressive, while the frame design keeps everything slim and responsive. The trigger isn't trying to impress with flash, it delivers consistency, and that consistency is what builds real confidence over time. On the range, the Delta Gen 2 M feels quick and controlled, with a recoil impulse that stays predictable, allowing you to maintain rhythm during faster shooting without losing accuracy. What really makes this pistol part of the next-level conversation is how it blends simplicity with refinement. You're not paying for a name. You're getting performance that quietly competes with far more established platforms. In a market where shooters are starting to value efficiency over branding, the Arex Delta Gen 2 M represents a shift towards smarter choices, proving that the future isn't about following trends, it's about finding what actually works. Number 9. Girsan MC28SA-T. The Girsan MC28SA-T is the kind of handgun that forces people to rethink what next level actually means, because it delivers performance without asking for a premium label to justify it. In 2026, shooters aren't just chasing big names anymore, they're chasing results, and this pistol quietly delivers exactly that. Built with a design influence rooted in proven duty platforms, the MC28SA-T feels familiar the moment you pick it up, but there's a raw, no-nonsense character to it that stands out. The grip is wide and aggressively textured, giving you a locked-in feel that doesn't shift under pressure, while the overall balance keeps it stable when you start pushing speed. The trigger is where expectations start to flip. It's lighter and cleaner than most people anticipate, breaking in a way that encourages controlled, confident shooting rather than hesitation. On the range, it runs with consistency, cycling smoothly and managing recoil in a way that keeps your shots on track without unnecessary effort. What makes this pistol part of the shift away from traditional choices is its mindset. It doesn't rely on legacy, it proves itself through performance. In a time where shooters are exploring alternatives that offer real value and capability, the MC28SA-T stands as a reminder that innovation isn't always about complexity. Sometimes it's about delivering exactly what's needed without compromise or distraction. Number 8. Kel-Tec P15 9mm. The Kel-Tec P15 9mm is the kind of pistol that makes you realize the rules have changed because it doesn't follow the traditional blueprint. It rewrites it. In a world where most handguns still play it safe, Kel-Tec went in the opposite direction and built something radically different. Ultra-lightweight, extremely slim, yet carrying a capacity that doesn't seem to match its size. The first time you hold it, it almost feels too light to be real, like something is missing. But once you start running it, you understand exactly what it was designed to do. This is a carry-first pistol, built for people who want maximum efficiency without bulk slowing them down. The grip is narrow but functional, the controls are minimal, and everything about it is stripped down to serve a purpose. The trigger is straightforward and consistent, not overly refined, but dependable enough to build confidence with use. On the range, the recoil has a sharper snap due to its weight, but it stays controllable, especially once you adapt to its rhythm. What makes the P15 part of the next-level shift is its philosophy. It's not trying to compete with traditional designs, it's solving a different problem entirely. In 2026, where innovation matters more than familiarity, This pistol stands out as proof that the future of handguns isn't just about improving old ideas. It's about having the courage to create new ones. Number 7. FN509 Compact Tactical. The FN509. Compact Tactical is what happens when a handgun is built with zero interest in being average, and in 2026, that mindset is exactly why shooters are starting to look past traditional choices. This isn't a pistol designed for casual use. It's engineered for demanding environments, drawing from FN's deep military background and real-world combat experience. The moment you handle it, the intent is obvious. The frame feels dense and purposeful. The grip texture is aggressive enough to lock your hand in place under stress, and the overall design carries a kind of seriousness that you don't find in entry-level platforms. What separates it instantly is how complete it is out of the box. Threaded barrel, optics-ready slide, suppressor height sights. This isn't something you need to upgrade later. It's already configured for serious setups. The trigger has a firm, deliberate brake that rewards control, and once you settle into it, the pistol tracks with authority, staying stable even during rapid fire. On the range, it delivers a controlled, predictable recoil impulse that keeps you focused and on target, shot after shot. What makes this next level isn't just performance, it's readiness. In a market shifting toward capability and adaptability, the FN509 Compact Tactical represents a platform that doesn't need to catch up, because it was already built ahead of the curve. Number 6. Mossberg MC2c. The Mossberg MC220 is one of those pistols that quietly slipped into the market, and then started earning respect the hard way, through performance instead of hype. In 2026, that's exactly the kind of handgun that's pulling attention away from the usual names, because shooters are realizing that capability doesn't always come from legacy brands. Mossberg took a straightforward approach here. Build a compact pistol that's easy to run, easy to carry, and tough enough to handle real use without overcomplicating the formula. The grip feels natural and secure, with texturing that gives you control without being overly aggressive, making it comfortable for extended shooting sessions. The trigger is clean and predictable, offering a smooth break that encourages steady, confident shots rather than forcing you to fight the gun. On the range, the MC2c feels balanced and responsive, with recoil that stays manageable and a cycling rhythm that keeps everything consistent, even when you start pushing speed. It's not flashy, and that's exactly the point. It's built to work, not to impress on paper. What makes it part of this next-level shift is its mindset. In a market where shooters are moving away from brand loyalty and focusing on real-world results, the MC2c proves that performance, reliability, and smart design can come from unexpected places, redefining what people consider when choosing a serious handgun in 2026. Number 5. Springfield XDM Elite Compact. The Springfield XDM Elite Compact is what happens when a proven platform refuses to stay stuck in the past and instead evolves into something sharper, faster, and far more capable for the demands of 2026. This isn't just an update, it's a refinement of everything Springfield learned from years of real-world use and competitive feedback. The moment you get it in your hands, the difference is obvious. The grip is aggressive, locked in, and confidence-inspiring, giving you full control even when things get fast, while the overall balance makes it feel planted rather than snappy. The trigger system is where this pistol really starts separating itself, delivering a cleaner, more responsive break that encourages precision without slowing you down. On the range, it runs with a smooth, controlled rhythm, handling recoil in a way that keeps your sights tracking naturally instead of bouncing unpredictably. The extended capacity and optics-ready capability push it further into modern territory, making it adaptable to how shooters actually train and perform today. What puts it into the next-level category isn't just performance, it's evolution. While some platforms stayed comfortable and unchanged, the XDM Elite Compact kept moving forward, integrating features that matter without losing reliability. In a time where shooters are demanding more than just basic function, this pistol stands as proof that progress, when done right, creates something that doesn't just compete, it leads. Number 4. Beretta PX4 Storm Compact. The Beretta PX4 Storm Compact is one of those pistols that never needed to shout to prove its worth. But in 2026, it's finally getting recognized for something most modern designs still don't have, a completely different way of managing recoil. While the industry chased the same striker-fired formulas for years, Beretta stayed on its own path with the rotating barrel system, And that decision is exactly why this handgun still feels unique today. The moment you fire it, you notice it. The recoil doesn't snap straight back, like most pistols. It rotates and softens, creating a smoother, more controlled shooting experience that keeps you on target without fighting the gun. In the hand, it feels solid and refined, with ergonomics that reflect Beretta's long history of building service weapons that actually perform under pressure. The trigger, being hammer-fired, delivers a different kind of control. Longer initial pull, followed by a crisp break that rewards deliberate shooting. On the range, it runs with consistency, and a rhythm that feels almost mechanical, like it's designed to keep going without hesitation. What makes the PX4 Storm Compact part of this next-level shift is its refusal to follow trends. In a market full of similar designs, it stands apart by offering a different solution, and, in 2026, shooters are starting to realize that innovation doesn't always mean new, sometimes it means overlooked. Number 3. SIG Sauer P320 M.O.D. The SIG Sauer P320 M.O.D. represents a shift that goes far beyond just performance. It changes how shooters think about owning a handgun altogether, and that's exactly why it belongs in this next-level conversation for 2026. This isn't a fixed, one-size-fits-all pistol. It's a modular system designed to evolve with you. At its core, the serialized fire control unit allows you to swap frames, slides, and configurations without replacing the entire firearm, turning one purchase into multiple possibilities. In the hand, it feels balanced and deliberate, with ergonomics that naturally guide your aim, while the trigger delivers that familiar SIG feel, smooth, controlled, and consistent enough to build confidence over time. On the range, it performs with precision, handling recoil in a predictable way that keeps you locked into your shooting rhythm without unnecessary effort. But what truly sets it apart is adaptability. Whether you're adjusting for carry, training, or range performance, the P320 M.O.D. changes with your needs instead of forcing you into a single setup. In a market that's moving away from static designs, this level of flexibility feels like a glimpse into the future. Shooters in 2026 aren't just buying tools, they're investing in systems, and the P320 M.O.D. stands as proof that the next generation of handguns isn't defined by what they are today, but by what they can become tomorrow. Number 2. Walther PPQ M2. The Walther PPQ M2 is the kind of pistol that never needed reinvention to stay relevant, and in 2026, that's exactly why it's part of this next-level shift. Because while others kept changing, this one quietly perfected what already worked. From the moment it was introduced, the PPQ M2 built a reputation around one defining feature, the trigger. Not just good for its time, but still competing with the best today. The take-up is smooth, the break is crisp, and the reset is short and tactile, giving you a level of control that makes fast, accurate shooting feel almost instinctive. In the hand, it feels like it was designed with purpose, with ergonomics that naturally align your sights without effort, reducing the need for constant adjustment. On the range, it performs with a fluid, almost effortless rhythm, tracking smoothly through recoil and returning to target in a way that builds confidence with every shot. What makes the PPQ M2 stand out in today's market isn't flashy upgrades or new features, it's consistency. In a time where shooters are starting to value performance over marketing, this pistol proves that true innovation doesn't always need constant change. Sometimes, getting it right the first time is what puts you ahead. And in 2026, as people begin to look beyond trends and focus on what actually delivers, the PPQ M2 stands as a reminder that next level doesn't always mean new. It means proven. Number 1. SIG Sauer P365 XMacro. The SIG Sauer P365 XMacro is the kind of pistol that doesn't just join the conversation in 2026, it changes the direction of it. This is where compact carry meets full-size capability in a way that forces people to rethink what's actually possible in a handgun this size. Built on the already proven P365 platform, the XMacro pushes everything further: higher capacity, longer grip, integrated compensator, and a design that feels far more controllable than its slim profile suggests. The moment you get it in your hand, it feels balanced and intentional, giving you real control instead of the usual trade-offs that come with smaller pistols. The trigger is smooth and predictable, delivering that consistent SIG feel that builds confidence shot after shot. But the real difference shows up on the range. The compensator keeps the muzzle flatter, reducing rise and allowing faster follow-up shots without losing accuracy. It shoots bigger than it looks, and that's exactly the point. What makes the XMacro part of this next-level shift is how it blends categories. It's not just a concealed carry gun, and it's not quite a duty pistol. It's something in between, designed for shooters who want both performance and practicality without compromise. In a market that's evolving fast, this pistol represents where things are heading, proving that the future isn't about choosing between size and capability anymore. It's about having both in one package. Outro. So after all 10 pistols, one thing becomes clear. Glock-only thinking doesn't define the market anymore. Innovation, control, and adaptability are pushing everything forward in 2026. The real question is simple. Are you sticking to tradition or moving with the future? Drop your pick in the comments and subscribe for more deep, no-nonsense firearm breakdowns like this.